Hello everybody, today we are in the Avenues stand at the World Poultry Congress in Paris. I'm Camila Alfaro, I'm from the editorial staff of the magazine. I'm here with Dr. Bapon Dey. He is an assistant professor from Bangladesh Agriculture University. His research is about poultry feeds and nutrition, egg production, molecular biology, cellular biology, behavioral experiments, Western blotting, and immunohistochemistry. Dr. Bapon, welcome and thank you for accepting our invitation.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Today, this interview will be about the layer nutrition and egg production in Bangladesh. Therefore, my first question, doctor, is what is the current status of the layer industry in Bangladesh?
Thank you very much for your question. Bangladesh is one of the developing country among the third world countries, and the layer industry is a very prominent, and the industry is moving very fast right now. And in layer industry, in there are two types of people are controlling the industry. Uh, about 50% of the layer industry is controlled by the local farmers, and remaining around 50% is controlled by some industrial people. So the eggs the consumer will consume in the market basically comes from the side of the local farmer and also from the industrial farmer. The industrial farmer have their own setup. Basically, they had not so problem actually because they have trained people, skilled graduates, and technical person. But in the local farmer, they have not so much technical training, so they are facing some problem, and I will discuss in later in the problem they're facing and how to overcome this problem. So before that, I would like to give you a brief scenario of the egg industry in Bangladesh. So currently, Bangladesh people can consume 104 eggs per year. So this is not up to the mark. So this should be increased about 200. So then if you calculate the shortage of egg production and egg requirements, it's almost 45%. We still have to go far away. So this shortage is a chance for the further improvement of the industry. So in that sense, you can say Bangladesh has a great potentialities in the layer market. And as everybody know, egg is very cheaper, nutritious, so everybody has some can get these eggs actually. So you can say this is the common scenario in the industry in Bangladesh right now.
Now, please tell us about the major problems that the industry is facing in the quality.
Okay, thank you. As I earlier told you that you know the industry is controlled mostly by the local farmer and as well as the industrial people. So the local farmer is actually facing some problem because the in geographical condition, Bangladesh is in a hot and humid country, especially in the month of April, May, June, July, August, and even to September is a high temperature. Even temperature goes about 35 degrees Celsius, and the humidity is an extremely it's too high in Bangladesh. And the high temperature you can manage somewhere by some other management aspects, but it's very difficult to maintain the humidity. So mostly the local farmer in Bangladesh context, they rear their layer chicks in open houses. The open houses, they totally depends on the environmental temperature and humidity, and they get very challenged to maintain the temperature and maintain the humidity. That leads to their some low production productivity and low eggshell quality, low egg quality, and high wastage of feed. And even though sometimes mortality is higher, that leads to the economical problem for the farmers. But the problem is lesser in case of industrial people because they have their own control house, the environmental control house, where the temperature, humidity, everything you can maintain as per your desired. And also they have some technical graduates and they have some investment. So the problem in case of the industrial people who contribute 50% in the leather industry in Bangladesh is little less, but in case of the poor farmer, the problem is more higher. And one thing I have to mention here that that right now the genetical potentiality of the commercial layer is extremely very good. So everybody in Bangladesh market, we have Highline brown and white, High Sex brown, we have Novozen, we have Bhuans, we have Isa brown. So the modern strains are available in Bangladesh, and all the strains have the high genetical potentiality. But to explore those potentialities, you have to provide some nutritional and environmental managements. So in that sense, the local farmer actually they are lacking of some nutritional knowledges as well as some managemental aspects. This is the common problem actually from the local farmer side.
And what are the strategies to solve those problems?
Okay, so we have problem. Now we have to first of all we can find out the problem. Now the second steps is to know how to resolve those problem. So I can say the farmer have to know the technical management. They have to train up about the scientific management of rearing the layers. They have to prepare. They have to know how to prepare their layer shade, how to manage the birds, how to even though they can prepare their layer feed also by themselves, because mostly they rely on the feed mill industry. So they need the technical training, and they have to know the scientific managements. And also from the industrial people, the university, the government should come forward to teach them, to give them the technical support. And there should be a collaborative approach with different stakeholders to resolve this problem. And the research people like me, I'm doing research in university, I have some responsibilities also. I have to know the problem, and we do some research. We have to do the need-based research, and the results of this research have to be suitable for the farmers. I think if we can work collaboratively, the government people, the industrial people, the farmer, the university, then the problem can be solved easier, and the industry will run more faster and more better way than right now we're doing.
And what kind of collaboration do you expect more from from those organizations that you already mentioned?
Okay, it's a very good question. The research is very important. If you, the problem should be there everywhere. We're dealing with the live birds. So live bird have problems, so, and the farmer are facing the problem. So we have to do some research that should be the, even though it may be basic research, it may be applied research. So the research output should be applicable for the farmers. So as a researcher, I'm working in a university, earlier you mentioned earlier, and then my motto is academic and research. So rather than teaching my students, I have to do some research. The research should be need based and should be applicable for the farmers. So I expect the collaboration between, because the government support is not up to the mark for doing some research. So the industry people have to come forward, because they're also doing the same manner. They have to come forward for the research collaboration. You can say the university industry collaboration, and they have to find out the problem of the local farmer, and we collectively find out the problem of the local farmer. Then we will give support of them to the research output. So I think the university should come forward to finding out the problem, and the industry people have to extend the support, financial support, technical support, and government have the logistic support. So all those things, we need collaboration between the industry, university, and government to solve those problems, I think.
Finally, Dr. Bapon, tell us about your research in layer nutrition.
Okay, thank you very much. As you earlier mentioned, my research interest on the poultry nutrition, especially I focus on the layer nutrition, and more especially you can say how to overcome the poor eggshell quality problem, especially in the summer season. So basically, my research focus on the nutritional manipulation. For example, we use different nutritional therapeutics that are commonly available in country. We use some minerals, the zinc, manganese, the copper. Those are very essential for layer chicken to maintain the eggshell quality. Also, we use some soybean oil and sunflower oil to get the linoleic acid to improve the eggshell quality and also egg quality. And we are doing some research on to improving the nutritive value of the eggs. You could say the value addition of eggs. So on research, I used the linoleic acids as a source of soybean oil, and we see that linoleic acid actually improve the essential fatty acid composition in the eggs. And we also use the sodium bicarbonate salt. The sodium bicarbonate is very essential to reduce the stress and also eggshell quality. And currently, I'm doing a research using the natural source of lemon juice. The lemon is very cheap in Bangladesh market, and this is the potential source of ascorbic acids and other some bioactive compounds. So this ascorbic acid basically helps to reduce the stress of layer bird, especially in the summer, and also it improves the gut health to absorb the nutrient and also improve the eggshell quality. So these are the area I'm doing some research, and also I'm searching some other problem-based research from the. I have to search the research problem for the farmer and pick up the problem and need support from the university industry to solve this problem.
Well, Dr. Bapon, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
for
very
being
much.
here.
Thank you very much.
And thank you to all people that is watching this
Thank you
interview.
very much for watching this. Thank you. Thank you so much.